guys, welcome back to Semojo Homestead. I am trying to keep this camera away from, as far away from these goats as possible. I've tried to film several times already and they just won't let me. But I wanted to talk to you today about socializing baby goats, or any goats, honestly. I heard someone say that if you don't bottle feed, you'll never have sweet goats that are socialized. It kind of broke my heart because I love letting the moms raise their babies. I love dam raising these babies and letting those moms bond with them. And also it's a lot to bottle feed, especially if you have a small homestead, you have a small dairy, you have several babies. It's a lot to do that. So don't feel like, Esther, crazy girl. Don't feel like in order to bond with these babies, you have to bottle feed them. So I am surrounded by these babies that were born during competition season. We had a hard time getting into the pasture on a regular basis. So essentially what happened was they didn't get that time with us. They didn't associate us with the herd. So we would come in the goat pen and they would just scatter. This little buckling right here actually was the worst. He was born skittish. Don't eat my shirt. He was born skittish and he is just like super, super sweet now. He didn't want anything to do with us. He would run super far from us and we don't have that problem anymore. This adult goat over here, Emily Rose, we actually got her as an adult and she was the same way. She would run away from us anytime we'd walk anywhere near the pasture, really. You're gonna be, I'm hoping that I'll be able to continue. You have more baby goats coming around the camera. If it's shaking, it's from the baby goats. But anyway, so basically, I just want to talk to you a little bit about socializing the unsocial goat. These babies. I'm going to see if I can show you this little buckling right here. He's beautiful. He's our mini Nubian buckling. He's actually going to my friend Jess at Roots and Refuge Farm to be Wit's little buddy. He will remain intact. So hopefully she'll be able to breed him. And then our little Maisie Gray is actually the one, you can probably see her ear. She's right up next to the camera as well. We have successfully been able to socialize goats by simply coming in with grain in our hand. We put it in my pocket and the goats were forced to come up and get a few pieces in my hand, or I would have raisins in my pocket and it would stay in my pocket and they'd have to come up to me and get one or two pieces from my hand. And then after they got those treats, I would just hang out. Well, I hang out in the goat pen anyway, but I would just hang out and they would associate me with food from that point on. And they started seeing these older goats come up to me. Obviously the younger ones did. And so they did see that I was safe. Frost, you're all in my space. Frost is the mom of this little girl that we're keeping, Maisie Gray, and of Dusty. So, but they're all three, like these babies are all right here right now, just waiting anxiously for a treat. And this is how we train them. This guy right here is like my biggest success story outside of Emily Rose. Even like the second day, I would hold my hand out with a treat and I'd go to pet him and he'd jump back. But that's really the biggest thing, is you hold your hand out with the treat and while they're eating, you try to go ahead and sneak in a few pets. You have to be very slow. Come in for like 10 minutes with the grain in my hand or the raisins in my hand, and I would when I had the raisins, I'd literally put one raisin in my hand at a time. At first, that movement of my arm would scare him. So I had to get him to the point where he was comfortable with me, where he trusted me before I could do that. And now obviously he has no problem trusting me and trying to eat my shirt and anything else I want to give him. It's just crazy to me, the night and day difference that we experience with them. And it really only took 3 days. So if you have a weekend that you can dedicate to just going in, putting some raisins in your pocket, or some grain, and giving them just a little bit at a time directly from your hand. Now at first they didn't know what it was because they're not bottle fed and they're not used to eating from our hands. They could smell the sweetness of the raisins and they smelt it and then they would nibble on it and they discovered they liked them. That's what worked with them. Emily Rose, when we got her, she was an adult. She had already been a milker. She was used to grains. So I did put the grain in my pocket and hold my hand out for her, and she would eat directly from my hand. But again, it was in my pocket. She had to come to me, get it, and then I would hang out. I would just hang out in the pen and be really intentional. Don't eat my hair. I don't need a haircut from you. I know I need a haircut, but not from you. But I would come into the goat pen and just become part of the herd. They are prey animals. You have to get them to the point where they will trust you. Food is always great. They see you as providing for them and giving them a treat, something they really want. Hey, baby. But Esther, stop. Esther's eating it now. And they have to get to the point where they trust you and they know that, girl, stop it. Stop. Okay, this is going to be the craziest video ever. But they have to get to the point where they trust you and they know that you're not going to hurt them, you're not going to take them away from their herd, that you're safe. And the best way to do that is time, patience, and food. She's going to take over the camera. You going to show them all how beautiful you are, Emily Rose? I saw someone post that they recently got some goats and they just have not been able to get them to come to them and be socialized. I felt re-motivated after I saw that post. Hey buddy, to get out here and film, because these I hate it when people post. I hate to see people buying goats that are such companion animals, that are so sweet, have so much personality, and then ending up having a herd that won't come to them and won't be with them and hang out with them and do this. Just really want to encourage you to take the time, even if it's 10 minutes a day, put it in your pocket. I've had several people say I go in with grain and it doesn't make a difference. Well, if they're getting it from a scoop or you're putting it in a bucket, I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel, hey, I don't feel like it's the same as them seeing you reach it in your pocket and give it to them and smelling it in your pocket. They're smelling it on you. They're associating you with that food that they really like. I don't have any more for you. I don't have any more. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's all gone. I'll get some later. But this little boy is still up. He's still up for discussion. He still needs a home. I didn't want to sell anyone a baby goat that was not easy to would not come to them. I know this has been kind of a crazy video. I've been a little all over the place because these goats have been all over me, and I've been trying to keep my thought processes straight in the midst of chaos. But goats are always fun chaos. They're welcome chaos, right? Right? Are they welcome chaos? If you are a goat owner and your goats are crazy and skittish and not socialized and they won't ever come to you, there is hope. I promise you there's hope. Go ahead and he's back. Go ahead and get yourself some raisins, or animal crackers work great too, or a little bit of grain, and put it in your pocket. Go hang out in your goat pen for 10 minutes at a time. Be patient with them. And know that as they see you as part of the herd and as they learn to trust you, they will definitely come and bond with you. If you have any questions about him, because you need a herd sire or a new wether, let us know. If you have any questions about anything I said, if you have any recommendations, if you have been able to socialize your goats in a way that's different than what I've done, I'd love to hear about it. Thank you for hanging out with me in the goat pen today. I hope you have a great rest of your week and be blessed.